Liberty Vittert Capito, widely known as the smarter of the Vittert children, joins us now. She's out with a new podcast called Amended, Liberty's Guide to the First Amendment. So when you and I were fighting and I said I would have a First Amendment right to yell at you, is that covered? Did you figure that out in your podcast?
Definitively not. Definitively not.
Okay.
I am now the expert on this, and I can say no.
Okay, there we go. Help us understand, number one, why the First Amendment, and how is something that seems so simple, right? Congress shall make no law, blah, 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 somehow so complicated?
You know, it's one of these things that you learn if you look at the historical aspects of this, which we do in the podcast and take you all the way to present day, which is that culture matters. So the Constitution and the way we interpret it completely changes as our culture changes. For example, what's obscenity? It all started with a court case with a guy named Nico Jacobellis showed a French film where it looked, they didn't even show it on camera, but it looked like a woman was cheating on her husband. You know, and that was the big question of, is that obscene at the time, all the way up to the Supreme Court. You know, now we're saying, is AI-generated child porn allowed in basically freedom of speech? You know, so it changes with the culture of what's okay and what's not okay, and the laws have to keep up with the time, which is why it's so confusing all the time. What is free speech? What is freedom of the press? Because it changes.
When you went back and researched this, and I was with you as you did so much of the research, it's incredible. Did the founders, did the framers understand what they were creating?
You know, that's what I find so amazing about this. How do we get smart people like that again? Because I haven't seen them in a couple hundred years. They knew exactly what they were doing, and that's why they allowed for so much interpretation to happen. And that's what's so fascinating with the podcast is we actually look at the real words because people quote them. Don Lemon tried to, he kind of messed up the quotation, but people quote it, and the whole point is that the quotation allows for this level of interpretation and for things to change. I mean, for example, look at freedom of religion. Originally, all of the states had an actual state religion. Can you imagine something like that now? And now we're at the point where that would be just preposterous to imagine. So the ability to change with culture is one of the absolute sort of incredibly brilliant aspects of the Founding Fathers.
Yeah, where are people like that? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof, abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people to peaceably to assemble, petition the government for the redress of grievances. What was the hardest phrase to break down?
Well, you know, the whole thing with the First Amendment is there's actually, you know, I mean, we have multiple rights here. We have freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, we have petition, we have assembly. This is not just one word or one sentence here. There's actually a lot of rights enshrined in the First Amendment, which it's what makes it so interesting. And you might say, well, freedom of petition, I mean, who cares about that anymore? You think about it as the person that annoys you at the grocery store, right? As you walk in and out of the grocery store. But it's actually what allows for lobbying. You know, we have lobbyists. It's taken, you know, basically freedom of petition away from the people and into lobbyists. You know, when it's something you care about, we call it public interest. When it's something you don't like, we call it special interest and call it a bad thing. But the entire concept of lobbying, all the money that goes into our government and our government officials is actually enshrined in the First Amendment.
Okay, well, I don't have a First Amendment right to go past our commercial break. So congratulations on Amended, the new podcast with Liberty Vittert Capito. As a proud brother, I'll say congratulations. We'll be right back.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.